Wow. Okay, that's enough. My question is, it's about chronic fatigue syndrome. I would love if you could tell me what thoughts, what emotions cause this physical manifestation, deterioration, whatever.
What causes chronic fatigue?
Yeah.
Chronically doing stuff you don't actually want to do.
Yes.
I would love to make it more complicated for you, but it isn't more complicated.
Yeah. Wow. It's and so wow.
So stop doing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's okay. Also, at the moment, I'm not really doing much. It's trying to heal.
No, you're doing a lot, actually. So this is the thing. This is why people with chronic fatigue can't find healing. Okay. The reason they can't find healing very easily is because if it's not doing things that they don't want to do, it's thinking about the fact that they should be doing things that they don't want to do. So when I watch people who are trying to heal from chronic fatigue syndrome, even if they've cut out all those actual activities in their life, the mind is still doing it.
Right.
So let's be honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are what are you practically doing?
I had so many different jobs.
No, I mean like right now. You're saying I'm trying to heal. So what are you trying to do?
I was trying to be a care worker, but that only lasted 2 months because physically I could not. My legs, I just couldn't do it physically. My body wasn't. But I've done so many things, and I'm working part time, only like 2-3 days a week.
I mean, in terms of healing.
Oh God. Well, I started doing cleanses again, trying to be 100% vegan. I've been vegetarian for many years, but I find that really helps, and also it helps when I do colonic irrigation, and I also have like chronic constipation.
Good. Can I make fun of you for a minute?
Can you what?
Can I make fun of you for just a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tease you. Ready? Do you see how serious you are right now?
Oh, God, am I? Jesus. Very serious?
Well, it's just you're very, like somebody like me, I love when somebody's serious about this kind of work. I love that.
Okay.
Because it makes my job easy. But does it mean that you're very healthy? No. Because the reality is, like, you've made everything serious. I've made my vegan diet serious. I've made my decision to rest serious. I've made my... You see how this is?
No, not serious.
Are you watching? I hope you're self-referencing.
Okay. I'm trying to accept.
I'm serious about accepting.
I love goofing around.
I'm serious about goofing around.
What the heck? I'm not a serious person.
Oh, you are?
No, I'm responsible, but I'm not serious. I'm like...
That's the same thing.
As my daughter, she thinks I'm silly, and I don't know, yes, of course I can be serious, but I can also be the opposite.
Do you ever do anything for no reason?
Yes, of course.
Like what? I've
done a lot of things, a lot of things. But I'm too tired. I have chronic fatigue. All right, I'm too tired. My brain is foggy. All right, and so at the moment, everything is a struggle. That's the problem, and that's why maybe I lost a little bit my sense of fun. I haven't really, because I make jokes all the time, and stupid jokes, and at home.
That's not what I mean by serious.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean by serious?
No, I guess not. No.
Does anybody else here relate to her? Okay, so by raise of hands, is there anybody else here who's suffering from chronic fatigue? Wait, keep your hands really high, because I got to pick somebody that I think is
Oh,
really going to
wow.
work for this. All right, let's go in this row right here with the scarf, second in, you. You're coming up, and you're getting on stage. No, like, you're going to stay there. I'm just playing you against each other. So take that out of the hooky thingy. Yeah, just have her hold it. Here's the thing. You're going to pretend you're like sucking on a lollipop almost. That's how close you have to be to these microphones. But basically, you guys can go back and forth with that microphone.
Yes.
But sometimes having two people on stage that both suffer from the same particular issue can help us to resolve it even quicker.
Oh, thank you.
So, do you understand what I mean by you're very serious?
Yes, I think so. It's either do or die.
Do you feel the tension in both of them? Do you feel the tension in her?
I thought that was just nerves. Sorry, I thought that was just nerves. Yeah.
Well, there's a difference between I'm nervous because I'm on stage in front of hundreds of people, and I'm just naturally very tense because my life is I have to get everything correct.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I do feel tension.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a tension. So can you recognize it in her? I mean, when you were sitting in the audience watching her answer me.
More in the beginning than now, when I was in the audience. I saw it better, I don't know, from distance.
Okay, you watching her, can you recognize the tension in her?
Not really. It's hard. I'm not psychic like you.
You don't need to be psychic.
She just looks like a normal person.
I can assure you that one of those creatures does not exist in this audience.
Like a normal. Yeah, there's no such a thing as normal, right?
No, start feeling into people emotionally. Like, what do you feel in her?
I feel tension, but I don't know if it's mine or hers, or both of us.
Well, both of you mirror each other, but hers. You guys are mirrors of each other. So think about this. If she was cracking a joke, could you feel that underneath that joke there would be sadness still, or tension still?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I know that's true for me.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, because I goof around and stuff, but there's always like a kind of like a sadness behind.
Sarcastic, I think, quite often.
You're very serious. That's how to know. When people who are not, I mean, by serious, I'm talking the intensity of how life has to be. It's got to be right. I've got to do what's good. Like that tension. Oh, God. Right? People who are naturally super humorous and have fun, they don't have that tension underneath there. And people who develop chronic fatigue always have that tension underneath there.
I do feel, though, that I have learned to relax much more.
Why do you need me to know that? I'm going to do a checkmate move. I'm sorry, you asked for it. You ready?
I have learned to relax my body and my mind. I'm not saying completely, but I
tension?
have gotten better.
Look, I do not disapprove of you, but right now you are desperate to get my approval.
Right.
That's tension.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Since you stood up here, you're like, please know I'm good. Please know I got better. I need you to know that that's seriousness too. This is tension.
Okay.
This is chronic fatigue.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I'm still screwed up, so.
This is the thing. I want you to understand. I want you to understand the nature of this condition. You got to become really aware of what is going on, and that's the thing with most people with chronic fatigue. They don't understand that this way of being in the mind and in the emotion is what is causing the physical exhaustion.
Yes, I think you're absolutely right, and I mean, I was getting this like recently. I was saying to myself, Stop worrying. All you need to do, I'm not going to worry about what's going to be my next job, what I'm going to do next. All I need to do is relax. And
then that became what you became serious about.
I feel like sometimes I am relaxing and I am looking after myself.
Do you get it?
Well, I'm not doing anything right.
See?
Good.
I'm loving this, though, because I can't tell you how many people suffer from chronic fatigue, and now because of what you're doing on stage, they understand why.
So what is that? What should I do? I mean, I thought, so am I taking...
The first thing you have to do is to accept what you were doing, and that's what you're unwilling to do right now.
To accept?
What you're doing even right now, yeah. Like, I've been basically putting you on the spot in front of this audience, trying to demonstrate what resistance looks like. You have to get that that's what you're doing, even in your attempt to do right.
I'm resistant.
Totally to everything.
But I resist this illness. I resist everything. Yes,
everything.
Yes. Yeah. I just want to get better already. I think I'm impatient. I'm impatient. I can't. The thing is, it's very hard to do anything when you feel like this. I can't barely think clearly. My legs hurt. I can't.
I'm aware.
So I want to do things. I want to think clearly.
You don't want to do anything. This is the truth. Your body has been begging you for years. Stop doing something. Do you see that?
So how long is it going to take me to be normal?
Do you want the honest truth?
No.
No. Well, I'm giving it to you anyway. The honest truth is it's going to take as long as it takes for your body to take you out.
Take me out. Take me out?
Yeah.
Take me out.
Take you out.
No.
That's what the body does. You see, if you don't listen to what your body is saying, and it's really your being speaking through your body, your being is saying, stop.
I am stopping.
No, you're not.
I'm barely working.
You're not stopping even now. Stop. And you can keep going even if your body is on this is the thing. You can keep going. Do you get this? Like, even if you're laid out, this is what somebody with chronic fatigue does. Even if I was to take her, seriously, think about this. Even if I was to take her to Hawaii, put her on an armchair, hand her daiquiris, fan her with something, and even bring her a bedpan. You guys know what that is, right? The thing you shit in. If I was to literally, bring that to her, she still wouldn't stop. Because while she's sitting there, she would be like, oh my gosh, I should feel better than this. This shouldn't feel the way that it feels. I don't know. Oh my gosh, is the tide going to come in? I don't know whether the tide's going to come in. What if my swimsuit's too tight? Do you see, the mind doesn't stop even if you stop. And so your body's basically saying, that's what's got to stop. You got to stop the resistance to what is. Do you know how you begin that? Disidentification. It is one of the very best remedies for people who struggle with chronic fatigue. You have got to get less attached to yourself.
But you know how difficult it is to do nothing. You are a very active person.
I know, but I'm not active with the same, because I don't have chronic fatigue. Because when I do something, it's because all of me wants to do it most of the time. Yeah, I do have those moments where I'm like, I just did something I really didn't want to do. That felt good. But the majority of me does that. You see?
It's just depressing to do nothing.
It wouldn't be depressing doing nothing if your mind wasn't doing what it's doing when you're doing nothing. Are you getting any of this?
I hope so. I just don't know how to do this identification.
That's the question.
How do you do that?
How you do that? Actually, how many of you have been watching these videos? Because I did a video once that was called Disidentification Meditation, right? Okay, so step one, you got to start conceptualizing of yourself as a physical body, as an emotional being, and as a mental being. So we can separate emotion, mind, and physicality, right? So can you practice? Both of you are going to practice this, okay? Sitting in the chair right now, can you observe your body? You can close your eyes to do this or whatever you want to do. This is just your body. So, no, by the way, this is, for somebody with chronic fatigue, even this step is healing because why? For a second, you haven't let your brain lead. You've told your brain, I'm going to give you an exercise. And the exercise is, we're focusing on our body. So what you can do with this is you can do a body scan. You start at the top of your head, you go all the way down, but just physically. So you can scan your bones, you can scan any sensation that's going on in the body, you can scan your tissues. You're just taking your mind around to your physical body only. Now, here's the question. If you're able to do that, who are you? Are you the body, if you're able to witness the body?
The body and the mind?
No, just the body. You're watching your body. How is that possible if you are the body?
Well, my mind is watching.
Well, then, even by saying that, you're saying, no, it's my mind, it's not my body. This is disidentification. It means I must not be my body if I can witness my body. Make sense? Okay, so you get that concept. Obviously, if you're doing this full exercise, it's way, way more powerful. But just for the sake of explaining what you need to do, now we close our eyes. Now feel into your emotions. Are you able to witness your emotions? Now, if you sit here and you observe your emotions, you'll notice that you're not wrapped up in them. The only way an emotion can take you into it is if you have no awareness that it's happening. You can't be taken by fear if you have the awareness, I am angry. It becomes a choice at that moment, right? If I know I'm angry, it's now a choice to be angry. Woo, wasn't before. So, if I am able to watch my emotions, am I my emotions? Obviously not. I am an outsider to my emotions. Step number 3, close your eyes and watch your mind. Can you notice the thoughts that you're having? Thoughts may come as images. Thoughts may come as words in my head. Do you notice the thoughts you're thinking? Can I be a voice for your head right now? Nothing I ever do is going to work. Here we go again.
I have a question. Who am I then? If I'm...
Best question you could ever ask, and I'm not even going to tell you. But that is the question you need to be asking. That realization is what's going to set you free. But this is the realization. If you can observe your own mind thinking, you obviously are not your mind. So what does that mean? So this is when it gets really good. You ready? If I am not my mind because I can watch my thoughts and even voice what they look like, I now maybe have the capacity to answer them.
But who is answering?
Some people call it the eternal self. Some people call it the soul. Whatever you want to use.
The higher self.
Yeah. But this is a switch. Instead of the higher self being at the mercy of your physical embodiment that involves emotions and body and mind, that aspect caretakes the other aspects.
It's good. Is this why I sometimes, when you were saying before, stop doing the things you don't want to do, mostly I feel like I don't even know what I want to do.
Well, yeah,
so
of
I just
course.
do something like it's kind of autopilot sometimes.
Well, if
or what other people tells me to do.
That's the thing. That's how you end up like this. That is how you end up like this. People aren't born like this. You get that, right? A baby isn't born as a tiny little baby being like, oh, God, I have no clue what I want. No, like immediately they're like, I want boobies. I want you to change me this minute. I want you to pick me up. I'm going to throw a fit. There's no like part of the self that says, I don't know what I want. That freeze that you're in basically is a result of trauma. Approval in your lives, love was completely conditional in your lives based off of what you did.
Not to be selfish, maybe, as well. Because to want something is being selfish.
Mm-hmm. And yet the body wants, so you can't get out of that cycle, can you? Do you guys understand what I mean by the soul or the higher self taking care of the thoughts? Okay. Do you understand what that
I
means?
understand it completely, and I thought I still don't know what to do. Because I've done meditation, yoga. I did the 21-day process, which I thought I was being guided to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought after the 21-day process I will be, naively I thought I would be, healed completely.
What does healed look like to you, out of curiosity?
Well, being able to walk and to run and to being able to, without pain, and being able to think clearly, being able to have energy to do things. Just what I used to have. I don't feel I can. I mean, I am done doing jobs that I don't want to do. I am done with that. But now I feel that there's nothing I can do at the moment until I have the energy to do anything at all.
But you're not going to have it.
Oh, no, don't say that.
No, I just said it.
Oh. Then what? Then what?
You're not going to have it, because like the trauma in your lives, if you have chronic fatigue, but this applies to everyone, the trauma in your life is that everything was conditional upon what you did. And so what do you think unconditional, which is the lesson for you in this life, has to look like?
I basically do what I want to do and express myself the way I want to express.
Yes.
And it's still okay, and nothing is going to happen to me, and people will still like me.
That's good. So like you're further up on the scale than she is. That's why you're like, she doesn't relate to me anymore. See, right there. Now this is the thing. For you, unconditional is a lot more serious than that. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know, really.
I'm going to tell you, it's a lot more serious because you have an aspect of you that's in pain, okay? And that aspect that's in pain doesn't need you to feel better. It needs you to be with it. Do you understand the distinction?
Yes, the completion process.
Well,
no.
For you, you could turn the completion process into a route to destroy yourself.
A chore.
Because even the completion process would be about getting different.
I just want to feel good. I just want to get well. I don't.
Okay, you ready? I'm going to play your mother. What can I do to get you to stop crying? Come on, we got stuff to do. Why are you putting so much pressure on me? I give you everything that you need. See? That's the trauma. The trauma is whenever you didn't feel good, there was no one there with you in that mode. They just instantly rushed in with an attitude that you need to be different. You need to be happy. You need to be successful. You need to fill in the blank, right?
Yes.
To make them happy.
Exactly. And so you become self-sacrificers who care so much about what you do. And life becomes serious, right?
Yeah, I think it's also the fear of loneliness.
Of course. But you're abandoning yourself. Think about that. If I have the fear of loneliness, I abandon myself. This is self-abandonment. Your quest, this is why it's not working. Your quest to get better is self-abandonment. Do you understand why? I mean, do you get that? I mean, I really need to know.
I haven't cleansed my vibrations.
Oh, God. No, because even saying that, I haven't cleansed my vibration, is I have to be different. There's nothing wrong with you. All right, come here. Yet again, I'm doing this demonstration. You can stay there.
Oh, good.
This is you, right? This has become your spiritual practice. You are the kind of people I don't want in the spiritual field, okay? If I could rip every one of your self-help books out of your house and burn them without you getting home, I would do that. Okay? Because this is you, right? I'm playing you. This is the higher self. This is your embodiment, or this is your focus. Your higher self actually really wants you to accompany you. So let's just say this is where your focus is. You, in this embodiment, don't feel good. You don't feel good. So you need your essence to come in and say, I'm never going to leave you. You get that? Yeah. Instead, you're going, oh, maybe if I go over here on a 21-day retreat. Maybe if I go to a Teal Swan workshop. Maybe if I clean the house. Maybe if I find a different person. You get in the drift? Look at how far away I am from me. This is self-abandonment. If this side of you had a voice, it would be, stop telling me that I need to be different. You gotta stop it. And I'm gonna get sicker and sicker and sicker. Go down to the ground. Go down to the ground. Sicker and 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 sicker.
I get it, I get it.
Until it's not a choice.
Yes, I understand. Yes, me. I understand.
Okay, good. And then when it's not a choice, you'll go, fuck. All right, obviously nothing else worked. I'm right here with you. And so you'll start doing this work where you're like, I'm unconditionally here. I have no choice. I'm here with me when I'm in pain. I'm here with me whenever. And then that happens. We end up living again. What do you know? Woo! Okay. You can sit down.
So you're right, and I completely get that. Mm-hmm. Everything you said about doing things I don't want to do and about trying so hard to get better. Mm-hmm. The only thing I still don't understand is I thought my guidance system was working. I thought, like, sometimes I get this communication through number sequences and they say, keep doing what you're doing, or maybe they're just being too positive, I don't know. But I thought that I was making a little progress.
Here's my thing. See, look at this. This is chronic. That's chronic fatigue. Do you see that? We've been up here for this long, and she still says, please tell me that I'm doing something right. You will not let go of it. Did you hear me one time say to you that you fucked up? No.
I know I fucked up.
No, I didn't ever say that to you.
Oh.
What? I never said that to you. That's the filter. Remember how I was telling you that basically you make meaning out of your life, right? And it becomes like glasses you put on, and then everything gets filtered through that lens. Everything I said today was filtered through the lens of I've done something wrong.
Well, okay, just tell me, okay, just...
You're making everyone tired.
Just tell me,
Now I have chronic fatigue. Okay.
If I was a 5-year-old, right,
if you were a
what do I do right now in this moment in my life? Just a little practical, what do I do?
I hope you're seeing yourself.
So relax my mind, relax my body.
Where's the relax button? Do you see a relax button somewhere? Because I've never found that button.
Yeah, I'm just asking you to give me some homework, so.
No.
I guess there's no point in asking any of this.
No, quit. Just quit.
Okay, all right.
Where are you trying to get to?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know.
No more self-help books.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even read. I'm reading your books now.
Throw them away. This is an example of my material used to kill yourself. Right
Just
here.
any.
You've got to stop this. Do you see what I mean? Like right now, just stop. Like if I just took this away and said, look, you don't have it anymore. Quit it. Like where are you trying to get to? There's no enlightened retirement. It's okay to feel like shit.
Yes.
No, you don't think that. You don't think that at all. You just lied to me. You don't think it's okay to feel like shit.
No,
but
I
it
don't
is.
think it's okay.
But
No.
it is.
Yes, I'm trying. Yeah.
But it is.
Okay.
If you feel like crap, I'm not going anywhere. Look at that distrust. That's what it's really about. Do you see? Because when you were younger, when mom said, do these things, I need you to feel better. How could you be putting this pressure on me? Do you know how much pressure I'm under? That type of attitude. I need you to feel better. I need you to feel better. That was the message. I need you to feel better. Did you get that? I need you to feel better.
Yeah.
To get her love, what did you need to do?
I had to be good.
Feel better.
Yeah. All right.
I'm done with that message. As a spiritual teacher, coming into you as a student, I am done with that message. I need you to be done with that message.
Okay.
So what does that mean?
It's allow myself to feel like shit.
If you feel like shit, you deserve people to be there with you. And the only reason you're trying to do any of this is to get them to be there with you.
Okay.
Stop telling yourself it's about feeling energy and all this other stuff. It's really only about love.
So whenever I feel bad, just feel bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm starting to do that now a little bit.
Let yourself feel bad and let people in on it too.
Okay. I just don't want to drag them down.
Oh, see?
They,
So here's the thing. This is you, right? Here is other people, and this is what I need. I need it really badly, but I don't want to drag them down. So I'm going to make myself try to catch up to them, and yet I can't because I'm in pain. You need to start realizing that your emotional pain and your mental pain is just like a physical ailment. It's no different. It's like if I was to cut your legs off, you can't catch up to these people who are running. So the time has come for me to be like, no, you know what? I'm actually in a hell of a lot of pain. My legs hurt.
yeah.
I want you to get as fed up as your body is of the message that you need to get healthy and happy and everything else into a perfect state for someone to be with you. That's what conditional love does to us. And if you're dealing with chronic fatigue, you're on the far end of conditional love in your childhood relationships with adults.
So I shouldn't care how long it will take.
If I could get you to stop caring today, it would be the best thing ever.
Doesn't matter how long it takes.
It doesn't matter how long it takes. Because I'm not trying to get anywhere. If I love you for you, why the hell do I need you to get to a point to love you? It shouldn't matter how long it takes.
But there are pressures in life. There is money issues. There are a lot of, it's not just...
Yeah, but this is not about that. This is about love. This is about love. That's why your body's doing this. It's not about money.
Yeah, I just, the impatience that I feel sometimes is because of, at the moment, is because I feel I should be making more money, and I have a kid. I mean, you know, but yeah, but I get it. I'm gonna try and stop caring about how long it takes and just whatever. Yeah.
Well, the thing is that you either get to do it now or your body will do it for you. And there are plenty of people who have experienced those kinds of illnesses where it no longer matters whether you want to work. You can't.
Yeah, I can't. It's impossible.
So if you can't, stop thinking about needing to. That's what I'm talking about. In the mind of the chronic fatigue person, when you've stopped, you haven't stopped. You can't quit your job because you're still mentally in the job. You're still saying, I need to be working. What if your entire vacation was spent doing that? That's the world for someone with chronic fatigue. I'm in a lawn chair in Hawaii getting fanned by someone, and I'm going, oh, I need to be working. This isn't okay to be here. Other people are working. God, I feel lazy. You see, that's...
Wasting my time.
Thank you.
Doing nothing.
That's why.
Okay.
And it's why it's never going to work, you see. To try to do something to drag yourself out of it's never going to work because that's the problem.
God, I feel worse.
Why?
No, I love you, but...
Why do you feel worse? I'm not going to let you go down there
Because
feeling
it could
worse.
take me 2 years, it could take me 4 years. I could feel like this forever.
Yeah, you could.
That's just great. And
Okay, so play a game with me. Here, you ready to play a game with me? I'm not going to let you go until you're feeling a little bit better and at least a little hopeful. Don't worry. I'm not going to like set you loose. But like, here's the thing. Ready?
I don't know if I'm ready.
You are ready.
Okay.
Play the game with me.
Okay.
So let's say this lasts 20 more years. And then maybe you're dead. Who knows? 20 years. Why is that so bad? What does your life look like? Oh yeah, play the game.
I'm not willing to.
But I need you to. You asked how
I'm
to
not
set
going to let
yourself
it
free.
go 20 years. I'm not even going to let it go 5 years.
That's resistance. Your body will choose for you if you have that attitude.
Well, it's not fun. I mean,
I'm not asking it to be fun. I'm not saying it is. Just play the game with me. 20 years, this is how it is. And progressing, not just staying like it is. Getting worse. What does your life look like?
I'm sorry. I think I stopped. I don't want to.
Play with me.
I don't.
But I need you to. You wanted to be free.
I guess I just don't want to cry.
Well, that's resistance too. That's more tension.
It looks terrible. It's just not alive.
Practically, are you able to get out of bed? See, this is what I'm trying to take you to do. Most of our lives, especially if we've got this type of a chronic issue, is spent trying to run away from something desperately. This is why you're so tired, right? You're running away from it. You're going to spend your life running away from it. I'm literally taking you in the opposite direction. I'm like, you got to stop it. Like, if you've been racing away, you guys get this concept right. If you've got a tornado chasing you and you are running, and it's so exhausting running that you just can't take it, and every so often you look over your shoulder and you're like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I literally don't know how to do this. Stop doing it. So what I'm asking you to do on the stage literally right now is to stop running and go in the direction of the tornado instead. In the direction the tornado means you need to consider what that actually does look like to you. If in 20 years this is your life. I don't have a job, obviously. What am I doing with my day? Besides trying to find a way to make my body stop hurting so bad. Am I sitting in Epsom salt baths? What am I doing?
I am planning my suicide.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
How would you do it?
Yeah, I would do it. Yeah.
But how?
How? It's many possibilities there. I haven't looked into it into detail. But basically, what I thought is once my daughter doesn't need me anymore, if I haven't gotten better, then I would definitely seriously consider just leaving, because there's no point living like this, because I'd rather just go home. But I can't leave her right now.
It's chronic fatigue.
Right.
I have to be here for her. That's more have to.
Okay.
So, what?
I think what I can relate, I probably picked up a lot of this worrying from my mom.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the kind of, my mom was setting example,
Yeah.
and I picked it up.
Mhm.
So she didn't do me service with that. Like, she didn't do, yeah.
Well, you inherit both lovely and amazingly awful things from your family. That's how all of us work.
So we need to,
Okay, so
probably doesn't help.
You're thinking about suicide? Your body hurts like hell. Your day's pretty much spent trying to figure out your way out of it. You can't really enjoy life when your whole day spent thinking your way out of it, right? You're living at the mercy of your pain. Yes? You see that? Why would that be so bad? Oh, trust me, I'm headed somewhere good with this. Just trust me. Why would that be so bad?
I don't think it's so bad if I just leave. I don't think that's bad. I don't
either, but I mean, planning suicide is different than committing suicide. Look, if you committed suicide, we all know what happens then, it's done, so that's the end of it. But planning suicide, sitting in your room day in and day out, trying to plan how you're going to mitigate your own pain. Why is that so bad?
I know I would feel guilty, a little bit guilty.
And why is feeling guilty so bad?
Well, guilt is not a good feeling emotion.
Yes, but that's the cop-out.
It would be horrible to hurt my family, and especially my daughter.
I can't hurt my daughter, I can't hurt my family. If you do hurt them, what happens? Why would that be so bad if you hurt them?
I guess it wouldn't be that bad. I don't know.
Go in the other direction from that. Do you see what this is what our ego does? The ego self, which is just a self-concept. It's not me calling you egotistical. The self-concept says, I'm not going to give you the right answer here because I want you to stay away from what the truth is. That's whenever you get, have you kind of felt that when I've been doing this core belief process, that occasionally she'll go sideways and be like, oh, I guess it wouldn't be so bad. That's an escape mechanism. But that tells you that we're right on top of something good. So if I hurt my parents, and if I hurt my children, and if I hurt everyone around me, why would that be so bad?
Because I would have to feel the pain I'm causing them.
What's the answer?
I think it would make me a bad person.
And if you're a bad person, why is that so bad? Watch her. This is you. This is really critical. Ready?
Because I want to be a good person.
Why do you want to be a good person? What happens if you're a bad person versus if you're a good person?
I think people don't like bad people.
Exactly, and if they don't like you, what happens?
I'm isolated.
That's the condition. I rest my case. It was never, for either of you, it was never about anything other than getting people to be with you. That's it. So stop this other shit. You get that? Like, stop trying to do right. Stop trying to do everything with this tension. It's all about people. So, like, do you understand that you've got like a 40-yard lineup of things in between you and connection with people? You see that? You keep trying to earn it. It's out there. Make it about people. It's not about getting better from chronic fatigue. It's about connecting with people. Do you see that?
But I connect with people.
No, you don't.
I connect with my clients. Like, I feel it I really enjoy my clients.
You connect with them, but they don't connect with you.
I don't. Okay. Really?
Oh, yeah. Do you guys understand the difference between you connecting with somebody and them connecting with you? If you connect with somebody, they can bring all of themselves to you and you can hold it and you can love it. Oh, I know you're good at that. You're good people, right? But for you, right, to handle your stuff to me is very, very hard. Do you feel that? For me to connect to you, you don't get it? Okay, does anybody out here get this? Okay, for me to connect to you, not you to connect to me, for me to connect to you, you got to hand me this stuff. You got to say, look, I'm in a lot of pain. Look, I'm going to let you in. This is what my life is like. This is the truth about me. You don't do that. Because you don't want to put the pressure on people, because you want to be good people, and you're convinced that if you do that, this is the thing. You're convinced that if you give yourself to me, I'm going to go away.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's what you got to start doing. I mean, today, start doing that. Start giving yourself to other people. That's how you get that genuine connection, which is all it was ever about to begin with. That's why I walked you through that whole damn thing. The worst case scenario of your disorder going all the way is actually that you're alone. So cut out the middleman. Stop trying to get better so that you can get people, and just start going for people. Like today, this minute. It begins with the decision. Oh, it's not really about all this other stuff. It's about people. So, see, you're getting emotional. This is good. This means you get it. It's like, so look at these people. You ready for this? I'm giving you open permission. This might be hard for her because of where she is vibrationally, which is in a lower state, very difficult for her to like hand herself to other people and trust that. So we got to have some empathy for that. But both of them are in the position where if any of you feel guided to connect with these people, this is what they need. They need connection. So I'm giving you permission to come up to them, especially if you relate to this. Do you see how scared that was? That was scary. I said that and you're like, oh, God. We often prevent the very thing we want. But you want connection. And you're exhausted because you keep trying to earn it.
But I don't do Facebook.
But you don't do Facebook?
And I don't Twitter.
What do you do exactly? What do you do? How do you meet people? How do you hang out with people? How do you get together?
I meet people at my work and when I go out. And I have enough people in my life.
Do you have enough people in your life that you give yourself to? The answer is no. So I don't care whether you use those people that are already in your life or whether you get new people, but you've got to give yourself to people.
When you say give yourself to people, does that mean I have to talk about my problems?
Oh, yeah.
But nobody wants to hear that. I mean...
Bullshit, that's what we want to hear. How do you think I organize this amount of people? This is just this country. Okay, you realize that I'm on European tour. That means that I've been going to like this city and that city, and this is the smallest audience I have had. Okay? So if I'm able to get this many people in an audience, and all of these people are here to watch people's problems... I'm pretty sure they want to hear about it.
Can I just write it or do something else with it?
No, because that's connection.
But I do talk about it all the time with my guides. And
that is not... Okay, so here's the thing. At the end of the day, what you need is not your guides. It's an abstract concept. Anyways, it's as bad as an imaginary friend. Do you think the people who have connection come up with imaginary friends? You don't need them.
You have them.
Yeah, and they suck.
They do?
Yeah, they suck. Can I take you back in time? I'm going to take you back in time. We're going to dive from funny to not so funny. You ready? I'm going to take you back to 8 years old. I'm capable of seeing all of this stuff, so it's not even as abstract for me as it is for the average person. I'm sitting in a crap ton of mud. It's the middle of the spring. I'm in my horse pen. And I'm in absolute hell. Why? Because 3 hours earlier, I watched the man who I was with as a child kill another child. I mean, literally, with a hatchet, hack this child into bits. That was my life at 8 years old. I was sitting inside of the mud there, in my horse pen, freezing my ass off, in shock. And I look up, and there's one of my spirit guides. What I needed most in the world at that moment was to hold on to something, but you can't do it. You reach out for them, and your hand goes through them. That's life with spirit guides. You need more than that.
I actually said that to them. Like, I need someone solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, physical. It's not enough, yeah.
But it begins by being open. I was miserably lonely because I couldn't tell anyone. That's why my life is so much better now, regardless of my haters doing what they're doing. My life is 10 times better because I'm surrounded by people that know that crap. When I was younger, I couldn't tell anyone. How could I be in a relationship with somebody without that? You can't do it. So it's only now when I'm like, here, I'm struggling with this. And that's the level of availability I have to people. That's the only way you get companionship. So if you are telling yourself, I can't let other people into this aspect of my life, then that is the aspect of you that's alone. So to the degree that you're telling yourself that, that's the degree to which you are alone. You get that, right? And I'm just to make it like, a little more extreme for you. What happens if you are unwilling to have that level of availability so as to get the connection is your body decides for you. And there's nothing to get you closer to someone else than when your body is so incapacitated that someone else has to change your diapers.
That's not going to happen.
Well, it will if you continue. That's a guarantee. Your body needs it, even if you won't let it happen. So it's going to make it happen.
I'm letting somebody help me, by the way. Which, trusting somebody for the first time.
Good.
I would say I'm scared that people would run away.
I know you are. Because it's the message you got, but have you tried them?
Sometimes, not much.
And have they run away?
No.
Look, I want to tell you that if people run away from you when you show your authentic self to them, those aren't the people you want in your life anyways. I know it's easier said than accepted because the reality is you want everyone to stay. I want everyone to stay. I mean, why are we so scared of admitting it? This is like, I still can't believe how scared we are of admitting this crap. I want everyone to like me. I'm Teal Swan. I don't know if you need to know who I am yet, but I'm Teal Swan. I go around the world and stand on stages. I apparently have the most amount of confidence you've ever seen. No, I want everyone to like me. Can you just say that? I hate when people don't like me. I hate that. But I'm never going to know if they like me or not unless I give myself to them, right? It requires bravery, it does. But it's better than living exhausted. Do you understand how exhausting it is? Let's just group amen moment. How exhausting is it to try to keep yourself secret? I can't tell you how much worse it is. This is just my career. I can't tell you how much worse it is when I'm sitting backstage with someone that's hired me for one of these gigs, and I have to pretend that I'm feeling good. It's exhausting. After that type of performance, I'm like, I don't want to do this. If they walk in, however, and I say, yeah, I'm not really actually doing that fabulous today, it's a release of pressure. You get it, kind of?
Yeah. You're so brave, by the way. I don't think that...
It's too exhausting not to be at some point. I mean, thank you for the compliment, but the reality is it's too exhausting. I can't not do it anymore. And I want you to get to that point.
To be open about everything.
Yeah. I want you to know, I mean, for a second, I want you to know what that feels like, to just not have to hide anything. It's just like, it's a relief that you could not imagine from the place that you're in today. Am I like on cloud 9 every day and feeling so fabulous? No, but I have freedom that most people never experience because I don't give a shit. Because I say I give a shit, you see? I care. I care what people think. If I admit that, it's less pressure. You get it?
Yes, yeah. But it's also your honesty and
Yeah.
your authenticity.
So I handed that to the world. I handed the world my authenticity.
It makes your work even better.
Do you see them leaving me?
No.
Ah.
Well, maybe some, but I
Yeah,
think...
some.
But the ones...
So what would you tell me? I mean, this is ironic. Let's flip the tables. So yeah, okay, so I tell you about my honest self. I say, yeah, sometimes I don't feel very good. Sometimes I have these thoughts. I write blogs about them. I don't have perfect relationships in my life. And some people are like, oh, that makes us just love you to death, Teal. Some people say, we don't want to get near that with a 10-foot pole. She's Illuminati. In fact, let's write a death threat. I get plenty of those every week. So what would you tell me about those people? If you're the counselor today.
I just wouldn't give them my attention.
But I can't help it. See, we're reversing roles. I can't help it. And even though my team tries to distract me from them, when I see the average hate mail roll across my screen, I'm like, oh my God. And it keeps me awake at night. I can't not pay attention to it. What would you say to me?
Look at them from your higher perspective.
Okay, and that just made me feel worse because my lower perspective doesn't really want to be abandoned in that way. You see?
Okay, so go there. So it feels like shit, right? If you feel terrible about it, fine. So
Yeah.
feel terrible. It's painful not being liked.
Yes,
So,
see
yeah.
now, so in the moment that you just told me that, it actually did feel better. The fact that I don't need to feel good about the fact that people hate me feels better. Less pressure.
Right.
It actually does. Like I'm just genuinely saying that. I hate when people say, oh God, feel so good about it. When somebody walks up to me and says, God, I don't know how you live with the fact that this happens to you every day. I'm like, oh, thank God someone understands me. That's actually as good as it gets.
Yeah, and those people are really crazy
Thank you.
and scary.
Oh, I love it. See, that feels good. That feels so much better.
I don't watch those videos on purpose because it's going to make me so mad. I was like, I just ignore them. I was like, I can't see that. I can't hear them talking about you. It's like,
Do you see how validating that just was? That was really validating. The part of me that's really genuinely in pain, this is different than victimhood mentality. Do you see? Victimhood mentality, I really just want you guys to take that concept and like put it in the trash can. Because we victim mentality shame in the spiritual field. What's the reality? The reality is every one of us has a side that genuinely does feel victimized because it probably was. I mean, you don't take somebody who's been raped and be like, oh, it's victim mentality. No, you quite literally were a victim until you accept that, like you can't move forward and do anything with it. So the aspect of me that feels like a victim when my hate groups come after me like crazy actually needs some loving care. And loving care for some aspect of me that's a genuine victim is to say, yeah, that's totally not cool. Oh, God, okay, so then I actually feel closer to being able to do something productive with it. I actually feel some acceptance in that aspect of me. It's so much less pressure. When someone says, you know, Teal, just stop thinking about it. The reality is that you're waking everybody up. Now I'm under pressure. I'm like, shit, now I have to try to get this aspect of me to feel good about it that doesn't feel good about it. It's pressure. See, you get it when the roles reversed.
I'm very good at giving people advice, but when it comes to myself, I do it all the time. I do it with my clients all the time. I do it with even random people I meet on the street. And it's so easy to see, to give them advice, but when it comes to me, it's just, it's harder.
Well, that's everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I like to say, if you're in this line of work, you had better have your own therapist. I don't trust people that don't have therapists. If I ever meet other spiritual teachers that are like, well, I'm beyond getting external help, I'm like, we're done talking. Do you get it kind of, though?
Yes, I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.